I can't believe we're standing here. What's mine is yours and yours is mine. I'm love you till the end of time. I wanna spend forever.
Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. So today, since I feel like we're in the wedding season, I actually got married 3 years ago in about a week on June 12th. I just thought I would recreate my wedding look and a classic bride glam. It's kind of like a smoky, natural kind of look, which is what I think every bride wants. It's timeless and classic, and I'm gonna just go over some of my tips with you guys to help your makeup stay all day if you're wanting to do your makeup on your own. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's just get started. And I went ahead and applied moisturizer, and I used the Clinique Moisture Surge. It's really important on your wedding day to moisturize. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face using my Benefit Professional, my favorite ever, because we don't want any pores on our wedding day or any day. And I mostly focus this in my T-zone. So on your wedding day, you want to look glowy, like you're glowing from within, but not like oily or dewy. You want your face really set. So just to give me back a little bit of radiance, since I'm going to be doing a pretty matte look today, I'm going to take my L'Oreal Magic Lumi and just kind of put it on the high points of my cheeks, my brow bones, a little on my nose, a little on my lip, and then just kind of press that in. So on my wedding day, I use the Graftobian foundation. It's very important that whatever you're using on your face doesn't have SPF, because SPF gives you that flashback, so you don't want that at all. So I'm gonna use the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I'm gonna use the color 2W2 in Rattan today. So go all the way back to your ear, get on your ear. Don't forget these jawlines. You're gonna have lots of pictures, lots of angles. So we wanna make sure everything is matching. And I love Double Wear because it is a natural matte, so it's not super matte. It's still, your skin still looks like it has life. It's a 24-hour wear, transfer resistant, heat proof foundation. So it's really awesome, especially if you're in Texas. Like my wedding was in June, and it was very, very hot, to say the least. I did an outdoor ceremony, so we were all very sweaty and hot. I always go over my eyes with the foundation because that's gonna act as like my eyeshadow primer. You wanna make sure you have a primer just to conceal any redness or veins and things like that. It's very important to make sure you run it down your neck so that you match and you don't have like a makeup line. Okay, so now that our foundation's all done, I zoomed you in a little bit because we're gonna do the eyes next. I'm gonna take my Coty Airspun in the color Translucent Extra Coverage. I get my beauty blender and just bounce over it. Keep it closed because we don't want any creases. And this is just gonna set it all. For my eye look, I think of a classic, neutral, natural, smoky eye. So I'm using this Tartelette in Bloom, and then the Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette. You could also use the Modern Renaissance or something like that, but just in case you don't have that palette, then this one's a good dupe, and it has extra colors, and it's like $3. So I'm gonna start with my Anastasia fluffy brush, and I'm gonna dip into the color Flower Child, and I'm just gonna dust that all up in this top part of my crease as kind of a transition all the way to the inner corner, just kind of sweeping it. Next, I'm gonna take the color Smarty Pants right here and just go right below where we just put Flower Child, just to kind of deepen it. We're going in layers here, y'all. It's like we're an onion. Okay, next I'm gonna take the color Jet Setter. I'm gonna use that same brush, same thing. We're just getting closer to the lid here, not going as high up as we did with the lighter ones. Now I'm going to dip into my favorite color in the whole palette right here. You can see I'm hitting pan, and it is called Sweetheart. Same fluffy brush, but with this I'm going to focus it more in this inner part and then diffuse it out. So I just really want this to be in that like inner corner, inner third I guess of my eye, and then just kind of blended it out. Now I'm going to go into this Wet n Wild palette and use this color at the top, the warmer transition color, and I'm just going to take it on this Real Techniques brush. I'm going to focus this more in this outer V and then drag it close in my crease. I'm going to take the dark brown in this palette and we're going to just kind of diffuse this in this outer corner. Press. Don't worry if you're getting it out of the line here. We're going to clean it up in just a second with a wipe. So for the lid, I'm going to take Firecracker, but I'm going to mix two today because this one's a little bit of a darker color, but it has a shimmer gold that's really nice, but it's like a natural, more natural shimmer, I guess. Now I'm going to top that lightly with the color in this corner called Funny Girl. It's just a lighter shimmer. So I'm just going to kind of pat that on just to lighten it up a little bit. Now I'm going to take this color right here called Charmer on a little pointed brush, and I'm just going to run this. I haven't done my brows yet, but just kind of clean up and make the brows have a little bit more of a pop. And then my fluffy brush again and just seamlessly blend those together. So I wanted to darken up just a little bit, so I added a little bit of Rebel and Activist mixed together. Fix this little outer corner a little bit. So now I'm going to take a makeup wipe and I'm going to clean that edge, just make it a sharp line. Now I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape, I'm in the shade Light Neutral, and go right in this under eye, a little bit right in here, and just kind of swipe that. I like to go down my nose, kind of like reverse contouring, and give me a little extra coverage here where I get red. I always take it all the way around my nose. I'm going to do a bit here just to kind of highlight, down your nose, a little here, and on your chin. Take my beauty blender and go in and just blend this out. Be careful not to get it on your eyeshadow. Right here, you need to make sure you pay attention to that line. So it's our 3-year anniversary coming up, and I just always get in my feels. Weddings are so fun, but you have to be prepared to just be calm and let things go the way they're gonna go on your wedding day. I surprised myself with how calm I was. It was rain in the forecast and we were setting up outdoor flowers, and so like midday when it hadn't even started raining, it was kind of sprinkling I guess, they said, all right, you have to decide right now if you want us to set your flowers up inside on an altar or outside, because I was doing like hanging flowers, and I was like, you can't just set them up and then move them, and they're like, that's not how it works. So I decided just to do it outside because that was the way I wanted it, and if it didn't work, it wouldn't. The rental company didn't bring enough plates or brooches. It was just a lot of little things. We were running out of time. I was actually like, while some of my bridesmaids were getting their makeup done, I was out there, and the ones that weren't were out in the like reception area helping me set things up. But it was fun, and it's a fun memory, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, but just be prepared for those kind of things. You can't let the stress of it get to you. You have to remember what the day's all about. It ended up being so fun, but it goes by so fast. So if I have any advice, I guess I would just say, make sure you have someone like a coordinator or wedding planner or something that's helping you like with those little details, so you're not the one like calling and seeing why the DJ is running late. That happened to me. My cake was running late. I think that that would take a lot of the stress off of me because I would have never even known that those things were happening. So now I'm going to take that Coty Airspun translucent powder again, and I'm going to press that under here. I'm going to do like a fake bake is what I kind of call it, because I do use like a heavier hand with the translucent powder, but I'm not going to really let it sit, and I'm not like really packing it on there. I'm just kind of dabbing it, and then I will brush it away. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Mineralized Skin Finish from MAC in the shade Medium Plus, and I just do like a light dusting. This is a good like sheer coverage, just a really like radiant powder, and I'm kind of dusting away some of that fake baking I did and patting it in and blending it. Okay, my camera cut off, so I don't know what I was saying, but I didn't want to look like a panda bear, so don't like that white under eye cast. I'm going to take my butter bronzer. They came out with more shades of this, which I was really excited about. This one's in deep bronzer because the other ones are a little light. And I'm gonna take my favorite Real Techniques bronzer brush, start up by my ear, and this brush just blends everything so well. So I just kind of stamp it, and it gives it a nice diffused look. So I'm gonna put a little on my chin like this, and on my jawline. Now I'm going to take my Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess in the color medium, and my MAC 129 brush. It's the one I always use. You'll see me use it before. And I'm going to kind of just deepen up what I did there. But I really planned my whole wedding around peonies. Peonies, they're my favorite flower. Everyone says it different. It's Taylor's least favorite season when it's peony season because I buy them every time I see them. They're my favorite, and they're just so beautiful. So I knew that my wedding had to be during peony season. That was very important. Priorities. This is another funny story. I'm just gonna keep telling all stories and bronzing all the way to my belly button, but we ended up like rinsing everything. First, I'm gonna tell you, I'm using my butter bronzer again and this like fluffier brush just to contour my nose a little bit. There were these brooches that were really pretty that like held the napkins on the tables, and we rented them for like something outrageous, like $5 a piece, which you could have bought in a whole pack. They make you do like the security deposit thing and like sign a waiver saying that you'll replace anything that gets taken or whatever. Well, they're like, yeah, sometimes people take these, but don't worry, it'll only be like 5 that they usually take, like from the whole wedding. 5 people will probably take them, and then you just pay the full price to replace them, which is also something crazy. Like, so I was like, okay. Well, I think like over half of ours were gone. So that was not fun. After the wedding, you think you're like done with all the costs. No, they keep coming. I was telling this story to my grandma, her and my aunt. They were like, oh, we took like our whole tables full because we thought they were like a gift or whatever, like a little favor. And so they're like, sorry, we can give them back to you. And I'm like, oh no, I hope you enjoy them. I paid for them. So for blush, I'm gonna use Bobbi Brown in the color Pale Pink. And this blush, I know it looks so intimidating. I would have never picked this blush if I hadn't seen JD Wadey 180 use it. It turns into like your perfect, like healthy, glowy color. So I wore this on my wedding day. I just love it. It's like, it looks nothing like on the skin. It doesn't look anything like it looks in the pan. But you know, I love the blush, so. Let's finish up the eyes really quick. I'm just going to go back into my Tarte palette. Just a little, it's like a liner brush, but it's a little bit thicker. And I'm gonna mix Smarty Pants and Jet Setter and just run that right under my eyes. And I'm gonna dip into Sweetheart a little bit and put that closer in here and kind of diffuse that out. And then just Jet Setter and go right up here. Now I'm going to take my Anastasia Amrezy and my Real Techniques. I think this is a setting brush. And this is kind of a personal preference, like how much you want to use of highlight. So I'm just gonna lightly do that. And I'm gonna get right in here. I'm gonna highlight that inner corner. Okay, and then I'm also going to use this to get the tip of my nose. Just kind of draw a white line here. Just feel like it makes your nose look more like snatched just right between your eyes. I'm gonna use this Jordana 12-hour liner, and I'm gonna go right in the waterline. I'm not going all the way in. I'm starting about where my pupil is and just drawing that out. So I'm gonna use this little tiny wing pencil. I'm just gonna drag that like so. I'm gonna dip into the color Activist again, just lightly, and kind of go over where I just made that new wing. I'm gonna do my brows off camera and then I'll be right back. Okay, so we are back. I went ahead and did my brows and I added some mascara. I used my favorite, the same one I always use, L'Oreal Lash Paradise. It does come in waterproof, so that's what I wanted to talk about next. Is I would make sure that you wear waterproof liner, waterproof mascara. Personally, for my wedding day, I cried a lot, but I got individual lash extensions, which is 100% what I recommend for your wedding day. Just make sure you find somebody that's really good at doing them, do your research, go and get them done like I said before, so you can see the style and the length and take note of that. Just because they look so good, they're on your individual one, so you can't ever see a strip, you can't see anything. They're all lined up perfectly. They look dramatic but still natural. They cater to your actual eye shape. And when you cry, they don't fall off. And also, if you're going on honeymoon right after, you can swim, you don't have to worry about mascara or anything. But if you don't want to go that route, I don't recommend a strip lash, just because I don't look like myself with a strip lash. They're just heavier way down on my eyes. If you cry throughout this whole long day and night, it can kind of like peel up in the corners and stuff. So I would recommend getting something like these, are the individual lashes. They're like a trio. And this glue, which is the Duo glue. I put mascara on first. So moving on to lips, this is the one I used. It is the Motives in the color Neutral. And for my lip, I'm going to take Chanel in the color number 49, Liaison. It's just a pretty neutral pink. Last thing, which I usually do this before mascara, but I forgot. I never forget. This is the most important step. It's the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. We just want to mist ourselves down because we just want that to stay all day. And this is the final look. I hope you guys got some good inspiration for your wedding day, if you're doing your own makeup or just any formal event really. A big congratulations to you if you're getting married. It's such an exciting and fun time in your life. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video.